na na mai ka mau pula pula. E ola kaniko o. Aha umaka I ole. Apalala uhala. Aka ui ka pu ane ane. A laila lave aku o e a ui ke alo wa ke a e o ka uola e ke a kua e nana mai kau mau pula pula e ola kaniko o aha umaka I ole apalala uhala aka ui ka pu ane ane.
For thousands of years, people lived here very in tune with the natural environment around them and in a highly organized system of people that had checks and balances. Even the spiritual systems were connected to the environment and the ocean, the rains, the streams, like all of it was like built in. But the last 150 years, society in general has gone through this very strong disconnect from our resource systems. We have millions of tons of plastic ending up in the ocean. All of that debris that is in all the boat slips in the Alawai Harbor is coming from Mauka, from these communities. A storm drain on our streets and our neighborhoods oftentimes leads to a stream, which leads to the ocean.
If you don't have really good water quality, we have sludge buildup. These are like Yankee mud balls. They're tennis ball size balls. It's made from clay soil. We got the EM1 solution. We got rice bran and molasses. And molasses is food for the microbes to grow inside here. And these microbes are home for our beneficial EM microorganisms. So a mud ball like this has up to 33 billion bacteria. That's why we can see the results so quick. So we want them to drop to the bottom where all the sludge there is happening, and they release all the good microbes where they start fermenting and digesting the sludge. So now that sludge becomes food for other creatures to come, and other creatures that feed on microorganisms like zooplankton, phytoplankton also become abundant. And that's how we restore the life of the canal. We had 23 inches of sludge, and that's about my knee, and then we have it down to about 3 inches, and then now it's about a half inch. We see a lot of sand, and even oysters are coming back in that area. We're pretty confident about meeting the swimmable area by 2026.
In our daily lives, there's all these single-use items that we use that contribute to the problem. So we have to find those ways to interject into the system and stop it so that we're not cleaning up for the rest of our lives. Plastics are made out of fossil fuels. The heavy extraction of fossil fuels around our globe for the last 100, 150 years is one of the biggest causes of climate change. And one of the big problems is that as fossil fuel use as an actual fuel goes down, the oil companies have doubled down on plastic production. On our windward source, we also see millions, if not billions, of pieces of microplastics. And then we have to clean up thousands of pounds in derelict fishing gear in the ocean that washes up on the beaches. As it breaks up into smaller and smaller pieces, creates more surface area. So now there's more places that the sun interacts and more opportunity for methane to be released in that process. Plastic is a symptom of a problem. It's not necessarily the problem itself. The way that we consume is the bigger problem. A reusable society is truly the solution to stopping plastic pollution because we're not ever disposing of anything. How many of you brought your own reusable container for food today? For those of you who didn't bring your reusables, this morning I cut down one of my banana trees and I made plates for all of you today out of just the banana stump. So those are over there on a table over there. And I just want you all to think about these little things as like, Things that are so simple in our daily lives, and we've been taught how to be disconnected for the last 100 years and how not to think and how convenience is the answer to anything, but we want to reverse that.
It's the people. They've got to make subtle changes so that way they're not generating waste. H-Power receives roughly 2,300 tons of waste per day. It's burned. The ash residue is what ends up at the landfill. What is it that we're going to try and reduce that's entering our landfill, entering H-Power? 20% of the waste stream is food waste. And then it's like, what are we doing? You know, we're just taking a lot of food and then waste it, throwing it away because it's convenient? Yes, that's what we're doing. If all of us can reduce the amount of garbage that we're producing, we may not see some of the problems that we're facing now. It may not come in my lifetime or in my career, but we want to set the tone for the next generation. To all of you out there, garbage is a problem. It'll continue to be a problem so long as you're generating it. Understand what it is that you're generating, throwing into the garbage can. Don't just throw it away. Find the best method to dispose of it properly.
That's where the shifts in society that are going to solve these problems come, is like, we can't have a disposable society. We can't just keep like going through our goods without any thought as to where they came from and who made them.
Mahalo me ke aloha.